We're looking at the famous merry-go-round at the Santa Monica Pier, and I have another question, and this one is from Justin. Justin wants to know my thoughts on restaurant magic and have I ever done it? Well, first, Justin, I have performed restaurant magic. I did that when I was a teenager. As far as my thoughts on it, I think it's great for some performers, but me personally, I love to control the venue that I'm performing. And when you're at a restaurant, they don't really like it when you pick food up off the table or, do gross things like cutting off your ear or draw blood or just other kinds of extreme magic that I don't always do, but I like to have the opportunity to know that I have the freedom to go do that. So restaurants haven't always been perhaps the best venue for me. That being said, restaurant magic is a great way to perform. It can be a great way to make a living and to get bookings for private shows. So I think restaurant magic and all is a good venue. I think that you've got to be very, very aware that when you're in a restaurant and you're performing there, that you have to have your best behavior on, because these people came there to eat food and not necessarily to see a magic show. So when you perform in a restaurant, keep that in mind. You want to be very, very high class. You don't want to be perceived as a homeless person or a destitute person who is merely begging for money when you perform. Now, there are ways to suggest that it's okay to get tipped if you're in a restaurant where you're supposed to get tipped. If you're not, then of course you don't want to do that. So be very, very mindful of that. If you're a teenager looking to get into restaurant magic, probably your best bet is going to be family restaurants, the kind of place where you're going to be more likely to be making balloon animals for a kid than doing your really complex matrix routine. That's totally cool. It's a great way to get into performing in restaurants, and it provides a great service. So places that serve things like chicken wings and pizza and burgers and stuff like that can be a good place to start before you try going off into the higher-end Michelin guide restaurants. That's just my thought, but there are more informed people out there who can give you better opinions than me. If you have a question, send it to andrew@andrewmain.com and put in the subject line, YouTube questions. We are now at the beach, which I will tell you right now, this is actually the original Muscle Beach, which was located in Santa Monica, not Venice, which is what most people believe. In fact, I will prove this to you by showing you a sign, and because a sign says it, it must be true. You notice that the weightlifting equipment has been replaced by swing sets, which is my kind of gym. And there you go. You can see here it says the original location of Muscle Beach, Santa Monica, California. The more you know.